Hello, dear friends. So in this lesson, we're going to examine the answers to these questions. What is machine learning? What are some of the terms used in machine learning? But alas, before we go digging into the details of machine learning, we're going to go through a bit of a history lesson. All right? So we'll get started. Machine learning. It sounds like it's a relatively new concept, but it was defined way back in 1959 by Arthur Samuel. By definition, machine learning is the workspace that gives computers the ability to learn without being programmed openly. Professor Samuel was an employee of artificial intelligence at IBM, and he developed a program that could play chess better than a person. Now, artificial intelligence, which became especially popular by the 1980s, continued to be developed to make reliable predictions in more specific areas after it was seen to be successful in certain other areas. So basically, machine learning was developed in the 2000s. So this system, which can interact naturally with people as part of cognitive science, it's gained the ability to find solutions to complex problems thanks to its ability to predict. Yes, my dear friends, let's get into some of the details now. So what is machine learning? Machine learning is a data analytics technique, getting computers to learn and also act like a human. Machine learning algorithms use computational methods to learn by feeding data and information. And it also is known as a field of data analytics to make predictions depending on trends and insights into the data. Machine learning algorithms use statistical tools to find important connections in large amounts of data. Now, the data we're talking about here covers many things like numbers, words, images, as well as clicks. So if this data can be stored digitally, it can be fed into a machine learning algorithm. So in short, the main basis of machine learning is to create algorithms that can process its data and predict the result using statistical analysis. The new data obtained during this process continues to be learned and used to update and become better with its results. Machine learning, which can analyze data without any human intervention, it offers the best estimates, and it's also used in many corporate applications. But by the same token, it also helps many professions with the opportunities it'll provide. Machine learning is becoming an increasingly needed application in today's world, with its functions like ease of data analysis and giving the top estimates, defining abnormalities, and solving problems. Machine learning algorithms are used in an extensive variety of applications, such as recommendation engines, customer churn, new pricing models, email spam filtering, material and stock estimates, pattern and image recognition, predictive inventory planning, purchasing trends, credit scoring, and sure, the list could go on. So in this lesson, gave you a little bit of an introduction. We've learned what machine learning is and how it can be used, where it is used typically. So we're going to take a brief pause here and we'll come back into the next lesson. Hello, dear friends. So in this lesson, we're going to examine the terminology of machine learning used in the machine learning world and consequently the upcoming lessons throughout this course. All right, so let's get started. Observations. So observations is a piece of data used to learn for the model. Each row in a data set represents an observation. For example, each email could be an observation. Features. Features represents a measurable piece of data that can be used for analysis. For example, name, age, gender, size, fare, date, etc. Features are also sometimes referred to as variables or attributes. Each column, except the label column in a data set, is called a feature. labels. Now, the label, it's often called the target column. This is the thing we're predicting. So briefly, the features are input and the label or target is the output. For example, churn, spam or not spam, price of a house, this kind of thing. All right, so this picture here demonstrates a very simple data set. So in this data set, each row is an observation. Name, age, gender columns are the features of the data. And here's the churn column. This contains the labels of the data. Now, what about the training and test data? Training data is a subset of the full data set to train a model. Test data is a subset of the full data set to test a model. So to summarize, our data is divided into two: training data and testing data. Then we use our training data to train our model. All right, so now it's time to test the model. And yes, indeed, we have tested our data according to the trained model. So then the next step would be evaluate the accuracy of the result that we have achieved. Now, since we haven't learned the metrics, we're going to end the lesson here. All right, dear friends, so in this lesson, we've talked about machine learning and the terms that we've used in machine learning. I hope to see you in the next lesson. Until then, have a nice day.